all the organizers of this event, the stakeholders in the avocado subsector in Kenya, and especially I've seen there are very many exporters, providers of machines and packaging, and all the other guests. Good evening. I am very proud that it is almost midnight and the hall is full. I think it goes to show how much we take this event with importance. And it goes to show how we value the kind of businesses we are doing. That is why even as time has really gone, most of us have remained. And I am very pleased that I am here before you this evening. I'll be as brief as the people who came here, because looking at the program, we were supposed to start from 7 p.m., but we also actually started from 7 p.m., only that there was interaction by that time. And because we took much more time there, you allow me to be very brief so that we don't keep each other for too long. Allow me, before I go to what brought us here. Majority of us are Kenyan. I have seen the also are Kenyan, that's why I'm saying majority. And there are some things I've cut across. And I am a politician. And I am a representative of the people. And in that respect, allow me my opening remarks to talk about what cuts across all of us as Kenyans. And especially the things we have been talking about, and especially what is there currently happening in Kenya. I have put my voice in it, and I want to reinforce. I know that's not what brought us here, but it is integral. And I want to reinforce that the government is selling Safaricom stake, 15%. I want to repeat again and again that the government slept in negotiating a better deal with the buyers of Safaricom stake. And I'm saying that with confidence. And I say so because I have been in the stock market in Kenya for a long time myself, because I also invest in the stock market. The Kenyan market has been bearish. Bearish meaning it has been going down. It has only started going up from last quarter of last year. And you cannot measure the value of Safaricom by how much the share is trading. And there are many examples for that to be evaluated. There is something called a bank premium when you are selling many shares together. You have seen many companies do that. Real people did that in 2020, in 2014. The share was 27 shillings. But by the time they were selling bulk, it was bought by Rare, a company called Rare. The same brothers who had started the company earlier. The share was bought at 85 shillings. Like yesterday it was 27. By the time it was happening, it was selling at 85 shillings. If you look at how the companies in the sector are valued, I just want to say as a Kenyan, the government of Kenya is trying to sell Safaricom for a song. And because there is a period for that, for public participation, as it was said in Parliament yesterday, we are going to put our voice because we want Kenya to get the best value out of selling our most prized asset called Safaricom. So that money can build our roads, that money can build our airports, that money can do infrastructure that we all use as entrepreneurs, as manufacturers, and as Kenyans. And lastly, from where I sit as Nyoro, I don't talk about these things in terms of politics. If there is value that can be gotten and Kenya gets the rightful value for Safaricom, we would all be happy. And I listened to my elder brother, Honorable John Bambi. He was on in TV stations yesterday and today morning. And he put a challenge that that in fact today he was saying he was wishing I would be there so that we discuss that matter. I want to, from this platform, respectively, tell my brother Honorable Badi, I have taken up the challenge. When you are ready, I am ready, and in a TV station of your choice. And as you come with all the stakeholders, involved in the sale of Safaricom, because we are not doing it for politics, as I'm repeating. I want to ask very pertinent questions on behalf of Kenyans. And because he's doing the challenge, I also return in kind that when he's ready, including Monday, I am also ready in any TV station with any moderator of his choice so that Kenyans can get value for money in the sale of Safaricom. Coming to the meeting, today's meeting, I am shouting because I realized when I was seated that I was not hearing very well. And because I would want us to be together, that's why I'm talking with a higher voice, because I realize the mic is not very, very loud. The economy of Kenya, and I am glad that I came early. I have sat here and I am very, very proud of our country, Kenya, and the people in this hall. Thank you very much, because seated here, listening to what all the speakers who came here are doing, I realized that we're in a very good country and that support should go to where it matters most. And the kind of support that can be rendered to the people in this hall, definitely none would go to waste. Because I have seen a diversified stakeholders dealing with the subsector. But more importantly, it actually also opened my mind that as the late, I should also become a stakeholder and start making money from our country. Our county, I was told, is among the best, actually the best, because I come from Ranga County. Na nimeona nadara kwa kazi. Lazima pia mimi niingie hapa nitafute pesa. Nimeona iko. By the kind of speeches I saw here and listened to, usishangae next time hata mimi kabana yangu itakuwa bahari. And I wish many more Kenyans were listening. You were actually live on our channels, because I have learned a lot. In fact, you called me as a speaker. I have benefited more from listening than from speaking, because I have seen and talking to the people I got the opportunity to talk to, there is good return here than even buying clothes, as I always keep saying. And there is much more value here, and especially by bridging the value chains. And that brings me to my first point. The Kenyan economy is in a kawaii mara tatu, is in three aspects. One aspect we call it primary production. The second one we call it secondary production. Primary production is everything in raw form, from agriculture, from mining, from fisheries, anything that is produced in raw form. Agriculture is number two. Secondary production is number two, which is more or less manufacturing, together with the value chains around manufacturing. And the third one is service. Now, this is the funny thing about how our economy is and productivity. What we call agriculture, that is raw form, accounts for around 18% of our GDP. 18% of what we produce per year is produced in primary production. That is farming, not just agriculture, farming itself. Because agriculture has around a value chain. Farming, minerals, fisheries, forestry. Asilimia 18. Manufacturing accounts for manufacturing together with the associated value chains. Accounts for 17%. But like manufacturing alone, if you remove all the other value chains around it is at double digit. It's below, it's around 8%. So service industry accounts for 65% of our GDP. What am I trying to say with all these issues I'm talking about? Imagine agriculture, the raw form of our production. It's not just farming. Agriculture, in the economic sense, incorporates including fisheries and the rest, as I have stated. That 80% of what we produce employs 70% of the entire rural population. Because the rural population in Kenya, 70% are engaged in, especially agriculture itself, farming. Then it shows that there is very low productivity in agriculture. What our parents do, rearing a cow, what we also do, raw agriculture. Per person, what comes to your pocket as productivity is too low. And there is no economy in the world, including the many popular economies now in Kenya. The economies now we are referring to often. From the growth of UK, US, Japan, Asian tigers, there is no economy, even one, that has a case that we studied, that this country became first world, and this company became developed because of agriculture. And I am very proud that in this hall, that has already sung. Because I've seen beyond farming avocado, farming parties in the farm. Beyond that, I have seen we are trying to bridge the value chains around it. Even if we are selling a lot of it in raw form, at least there is something we are doing in terms of value adding. But I'm even more proud that beyond exporting the raw avocado, many of us here are actually also making oil. I am very proud of that, because when you rely on just exporting, of course you become a prisoner of seasons. Every economy that relies on pure primary production becomes a prisoner of weather, becomes a prisoner of seasons, and becomes a prisoner of what we call market prices. Market prices always affect commodities. Everything that is produced in raw form, mahindi, avocado, maharagwe, minerals including gold, any other mineral, is always affected by global prices. But when you start value adding, then you start doing some other things like branding, like blending, so that you can still sell the same thing, but you have capacity to actually determine your price. Just as it happens in coffee. That there is coffee you buy at this much, but there is much more, there is another that you buy at a much higher price. Because of branding and blending. Because you can determine your price when you jump out of just primary production. Let me stop the jargons and the economic issues. People in this hall today, I want you, when you have time, started the billionaires from Nigeria. I read about them a lot because they motivate me. Billionaires from Nigeria. Starting with Dakota himself. Please go study them, even online when you have time. Study how they started. Study a guy called Abswaman. He has a company called Big Way Group. Please, because I've seen what you're doing, go study those two cases. How Dakota started, and how Big UA is a group of companies which now they are in many sectors. The reason I'm saying this, these two gentlemen, both of them started from agriculture. Dangote started from agriculture. The base of Dangote we know now, the richest black African there is in the world.